Good morning, and the warmest of welcomes to everyone who joins us here this morning. My name is Maria, and I'm a civil celebrant. It's my privilege to conduct this service today. We are here today to honour and celebrate the life of our dear friend, Harold Smith, who died suddenly on the 20th of June in the 71st year of his vibrant and colourful life. We will miss him dearly, but as Harold would have said in the famous words of Winston Churchill, I am prepared to meet my maker. Whether my maker is prepared for the great ordeal of meeting me is another matter. You might think it is a very light-hearted way to begin a funeral service, but that is what Harold would have wanted. This is not only a funeral service, but a celebration of a meaningful life lived by a wonderful, fun-loving person. Death in a number of ways unites us all, for it demands that each of us put aside our toil, our business, and our pleasures to unite ourselves with everyone here, fellow mourners who share in a common bond of love and respect for Harold. When we lose someone dear to us, the hurt can be almost unbearable, yet somehow we seem to get through. And I believe that is because we feel such pain, because the inner ache is so great, that the grief and the heartache we feel bears witness to the depths of our love. Harold had a deep love for his family and countless friends, and the following words are a tribute to that enduring and unconditional love. To be truly loved by someone is a rare thing. A wife's love, a husband's love, a mother and a father's love, a grandparent's love, and a friend's love is something that is never lost. It is a love that cannot be described. If love is one thing that can be passed down from generation to generation, then you have done your job. For the love that was in your heart is now in ours, and we can never forget you. Your love surrounds us every day. You are part of us forever. We love you. Rest in peace. In the next few minutes, it is my privilege to share with you the life of Harold Smith. As well as sharing in his life, we also share in our grief for his passing. After speaking with the family, I know they would not want you to grieve in hurt or pain, but grieve in the joy that Harold has given, has received, and has shared with each of you. Before I do so, Harold's daughter Tempest would like to read a poem for us called Father. The author is unknown. Thank you, Tempest. Harold Smith was loved, admired, and adored by everyone who knew him. A huge hole has suddenly and unexpectedly appeared in all our lives. I know the support and kind words offered by friends, colleagues, acquaintances, and extended family members has been a great comfort to the Smith family. Harold was born on the 8th of April, 1947, in a small fishing town called the Hawkesbury River. He was the youngest son of Joan and Peter, and the loudest child in the family. Harold had two older brothers, Simon and Andrew, the Three Musketeers, as they were often named. They were well liked in the village. In a small town, there isn't a great deal to do. However, these boys always kept themselves busy and entertained. Most kids built forts out of cardboard boxes or set up obstacle courses around the house. These three boys liked to play differently. For them, it was more fun drawing stick figures on the wallpaper or putting peas on the end of their forks and hurtling them towards the ceiling. Obviously, while Mum and Dad weren't watching. They did some normal young boys' activities though, such as riding their push bikes and climbing trees. But their favourite place to be was down by the riverfront, looking for crabs, climbing on the rocks, and counting how many fish they could see in the water. This is where Harold's fascination for fishing started. All he had to do was catch one of those fish, he thought. Harold attended school at the local Hawkesbury River Primary School until he reached Year 6 and then travelled to Gosford on the train every day to attend St Edward's High School. He graduated in 1963. Harold moved to the Central Coast and commenced working for FCC, a fishing charter company. He couldn't have been happier, combining his passion for fishing and earning an income at the same time. Harold went on to become an incredible fisherman, having won many awards for his angling expertise. His cleverness was something he never advertised, never promoted. On February 16, 1965, Harold met the love of his life, Marion Jones. Harold was having dinner at the Sailing Club and spotted Marion behind the bar. It was love at first sight. Harold asked her to go out with him and she agreed. The relationship blossomed, and 2 years later he romantically proposed to Marion at one of their favourite restaurants, The Catch. He felt like he had certainly made a great catch as well. Harold and Marion moved to Avoca and bought a house overlooking the ocean. It was everything Harold had ever dreamed of. Marion fell pregnant with their first child, Tempest. Tempest was the apple of Harold's eye. Until the boys came along and tried to steal the attention away from her, of course. Adrian was born next, then Christian, and Eric. Life was busy, but the house was always full of fun and laughter. Harold loved being a dad. Harold was a colourful character. He always had a story for you with a big smile and an impish wink of the eye. He was a good-natured, fun-loving larrikin with a warm heart and caring nature. His friends will tell you he thoroughly enjoyed the company of others and consistently demonstrated his kind, generous and thoughtful deeds. Nothing was ever a bother, and he always sought to assist the less fortunate whenever possible. He was an example for his family, instilling in his children the importance of helping others. Harold was a believer that you never let the grass grow under your feet. He had an incredible zest for living, which remained with him until the end. Most of you are aware Harold passed away at sea. There could not have been a more peaceful place for this to happen, as his love for fishing and being on the water was where he felt free. Anything to get out of those household chores. Harold will be sadly missed, but forever loved, and in our thoughts and minds. I would like to ask Franco, Harold's best friend, to come up and read a tribute to Harold. Thank you, Franco. Adrian Simon would now like to share a favourite poem with us that Harold enjoyed. It's called Gone Fishing by Dalma Pepper. Thank you, Adrian. All of us have some very special memories of Harold. Let us take a moment while we play the slideshow and reflect on what it is about Harold we will hold to in our hearts. Well, family and friends, the time has come to say farewell to Harold. As we bid you farewell, we are thankful to have shared joy in the sun, shelter in the storms, and have laughed in the same moment. We will treasure the memory of your words and your works, your character and your quality, and will be forever enriched for having known your face. And so your kind and generous nature we commit to our memories. Your love, humour and friendship we commit to our hearts. Your body we commit to its end with nature. Thank you for all that you were and all that you gave. Love and light to you, Harold, on this your final journey. Let us be grateful once more for the tangibles, the impact of Harold's life on yours. Each of you will remember the good times you spent with him. You will remember Harold's love for you, his love of life, and your love for him. Please be upstanding. Just a bit of housekeeping before we go. After the service, please follow through to the condolence lounge for light refreshments. Thank you. Tenderly and reverently, we commit Harold's body to be cremated. We are grateful for the life that has been lived and for all that life has meant to us. We are glad Harold lived. We are glad we saw his face and felt the pressure of his hand. We cherish the memories of his words, his deeds, and his character. We cherish his friendship, and most of all, we cherish his love. Please be seated. As a final tribute to Harold, we will now play the beautiful song called Save a Place for Me by Matthew West. Thank you.